The Naughty Mole. The cold, snowy days of winter have arrived, but inside the mole's house it is warm and peaceful. "Let's all have a long sleep until the warm spring comes again," say Mr. and Mrs. Mole. Everybody in the mole family is tucked up in their beds, except Ben, that is. Ben doesn't feel even a little bit sleepy. "It's boring to go to bed. I want to stay up and play." "Shh! Be quiet, Ben. Your noise is keeping us all awake," says his father. "I'm sorry," says Ben. Ben goes quietly back to bed, but he has a plan. As soon as everyone is asleep, Ben packs a small bag and sneaks out of the house. "Wow! It's all white," he says. As he sets out on his adventure, Ben leaves deep footprints in the snow behind him. Whee! Yay! Ben slides down the hill and slips around in the snow. He's having so much fun. He doesn't even notice the big snowflakes falling around him. The crisp new snow is just right for building a snowman. Ben gives his snowman some eyes and adds a mouth. By the time Ben finishes, he feels very cold. He wants to go back to his cozy warm house. But when he looks back, he sees that the falling snow has covered up his footprints. He can't find his way home. Ben wanders along miserably even though the snow is no longer falling. He doesn't recognize anything, and his home feels a long way away. Then he sees a young mouse skating lightly across a icy pond. "Hello! My name's Ben. What's yours?" "I am Tess. Do you like my skating?" "Oh, yeah, skating looks fun," says Ben. "I think I'll try it." He slides carefully onto the ice. Soon he reaches the middle of the pond. But just as he is about to make a turn, the ice under his feet begins to creak and crack. Splash! Ben falls through the ice into the freezing water below. "Help! Help me! Help! Help me!" cries Ben. "It's so cold!" Luckily, Mr. Rabbit and his son are collecting firewood nearby. They hear Ben's cry and rush to help him. "Quick! Catch the rope!" Mr. Rabbit wraps the shivering Ben in a blanket and lifts him onto their sledge. They set off for the rabbit's home just as the sun begins to set. The rabbit family hangs Ben's clothes up to dry and leaves him to sleep beside a roaring fire. "He's so tired," says Mrs. Rabbit. "When he wakes up, we'll find out where he lives and take him home." Back at home, Mr. and Mrs. Mole discover that Ben is missing. "But it's so cold outside," his mother cries. She lights some lanterns and the whole family set off in search of Ben. They're all really worried about him. After a while, they come to the house of Mr. Mouse. "Sorry to disturb you," says Mr. Mole. "We're looking for our son, Ben. We worry that he is lost in the snow." "Oh, I know where he is," says Tess. She tells them about skating on the pond and Ben's rescue by Mr. Rabbit. "Oh, hurry, hurry! We must go to the rabbit's house at once," says Mrs. Mole. "Ben, thank goodness you are right," says Mrs. Mole, giving him a big hug. "We were all so worried about you." The Mole family thanks the Rabbit family for their kindness. Nobody scolds Ben for causing so much trouble. "I'm sorry, I didn't do as I was told, Mom," says Ben. "I promised Mom, Dad, never to be so selfish again." The end.